possible this entire time, right? So this is why we were in tough negotiations with the Republican Party to not have a separate primary. So this is not our norm, our standard operating procedure here in Dallas County. Everything about yesterday was different than we normally do, right? Since pre-pandemic 2020, we've always been, well, post-pandemic, we've always been a joint primary accounting, and so it's never been this confusing or this much chaos. But we knew digging up ways of the past, going to archaic strategies, would result in more confusion. And so I think it was about mid-morning when we realized, hey, I think we're getting too many calls to our hotline than what we really expected, right? And so we tried to put our heads together to think about what strategies we could implement. And so we tried to organize our way out of it. And we called our election judges and alerted all of them. We tried to make sure that we were vigilant with the navigators who were rerouting folks. It was still very early in the morning. We thought we had a little time to get everyone situated, but more calls kept coming through. And we knew that we needed to, at that point, seek relief from the courts. And so we filed an emergency order with the court, and thank God for Judge Williams, who had the courage to do the right thing on behalf of voters here in Dallas County. And so we were able to be granted that extension until 9 p.m. And there was a huge win for us to be able to make sure that folks who were rerouted or sent away had a chance to go to their correct polling location. That was very effective, and it was being utilized. And about 8:30 p.m., we were notified that the Texas Supreme Court had received a petition to reverse our decision. And so to me, that is textbook voter suppression, right? And here in Dallas County, if we go to a district judge and say, hey, we need a few more hours, this did not affect the Republican primary at all. This was Democrats voting a little bit longer because folks who had been turned away. We were handed it to them, and I think that's what they were afraid of. And so they made a last-minute decision to shut voting down while people were still in the voting booth, while people were still in line, and a number of people got turned away. So that's where we are with that. We're consulting with our counsel. We're talking with our lawyers this morning to see what we can do. But from the party perspective, I'll let the lawyers handle that. From the organizing perspective, we can still organize our ways out of this situation. What was shown yesterday is that we have the numbers.